Come with us on a journey into the unknown, the unexplained, and the unbelievable. We will test your senses and challenge your beliefs. A world where science and religion clash. Or do they? You will meet real people and hear real stories, but you will not believe. You will witness strange sights and hear strange sounds, but you will not believe. This is the New England Ghost Project. Welcome to the nightmare.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our 11th episode of Ghost Chronicles Next Generation, the live video thing. But I am Ron Kolek, your host, the gatekeeper of the realm of the unknown, the unexplained. Yes, it is me, see?
That's scary.
New England's own Van Helsing, and with me is the blonde bombshell herself, Miss Ice Bucket Anne Kerrigan.
How about that ice bucket challenge? I heard you wouldn't do it.
How'd you hear that?
I think I saw somebody post it on Facebook.
You know what? I actually posted something on there. Somebody gave me a challenge, and I actually posted it up there. I took a little video of the little sign that says, "Homie, don't play that game." And it is. It's a good cause, and I give everybody credit for doing it, but I never do what everybody does.
This is true.
Okay, so it
Case
would
in point, look at how we're dressed, okay?
Right.
Fine.
And why are we dressed this way, Ian? And why are we dressed this way?
Oh, because we have a very special guest tonight.
Oh, no.
That
We're
not
not
name
even
yet.
going to go into that.
Okay.
Why are we dressed like this? Why are you wearing my hat and me you hat?
Oh, because you look better in a pointy hat than I do.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, since you put
And
it
I
that
look
way.
better in your hat.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. I look like that guy who's, the Three Amigos. I don't know. It's the,
Which one?
I don't know, the Three Amigos with, what was it, Marty Short, Alan Short, whatever the little short guy is, and
Martin Short, Steve
Martin, and some other guy.
And,
yeah, okay.
him.
Moving right along, him. So, hey.
Not Chevy Chase.
I mean.
The other guy, Dan Aykroyd.
So here we are on live TV, right?
Yes.
And we're going to talk about witches and black magic.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if it's black magic, but magic, right?
Magic.
So on my way down here, I do what I was told and picked you up a chai vanilla tea, as I always do as your minion.
He offered.
I do
Every
what,
once
I do
in a
what I'm
while,
told.
he's nice to me.
So anyway, I get my receipt, okay? So,
Yes.
yeah, okay. And check this out. Check this out.
Okay.
Let's see if we can see that. I can't tell if we can or not.
Can you all see that at home?
We got a heads
Oh,
up?
I think we need to zoom in more.
There we go.
Can we see more?
There we go.
There it is.
And what does it say?
There it is.
And what does it say?
666.
Ah.
Ooh.
Is it a sign?
Must be.
I don't know. We'll find out when we come back.
Must be.
But we're going to take a break right now and watch one of your fabulous.
Yes, we are going
Cemetery
to
tripping.
see
Where we
an
going anyway?
episode of Cemetery Tripping.
Where?
We're going to the old graveyard in West Bridgewater, Mass.
Ooh.
So enjoy.
Did we do that one before?
I think. Welcome to Cemetery Tripping, where I will feature a different cemetery in each episode that I hope you will seek out and enjoy as much as I do. As an avid taphophile, or lover of tombstones, I spend a lot of time in the local New England area in the beautiful and historic cemeteries we have here. The stones here are like no others, and I have literally thousands of pictures of the intricate and symbolic carvings found on them. You can see my pictures on Facebook by doing a search for Cemetery Tripping. Today, I would like to invite you to one of the oldest local cemeteries I have found in the Bridgewater area. It is the old graveyard in West Bridgewater, Mass., which dates to 1683. The area was first settled in 1651 and organized at the West or First Parish of Bridgewater in 1664. You can find this graveyard at the intersection of South Street and Cross Streets in West Bridgewater. This ancient cemetery has probably the most sun carvings that I have ever seen in one place. I counted 20. The sun represents the soul rising to heaven, or conversely, the sun setting on that person's life. I have seen these all over New England in various forms, but the carver or carvers have never been specifically identified. There were a few table stones, the first of which I saw belonged to Samuel and Susanna Helsing. His death in July 1692, hers in February 1699, and also the Reverend James Keith, born and educated in Aberdeen, Scotland, who died in 1719 and was a minister for 56 years in West Bridgewater. While table stones are very impressive, they usually take the brunt of New England weather and do not hold up well over the centuries, many breaking or crumbling to the ground. Daniel Johnson, who died in 1785, boasts 2 soul effigies on his stone, unusual for cemeteries in the rural areas. This is something more often seen on the stones of the wealthy in Boston. There were also quite a few examples of portrait stones, again not typical, as they involved intricate details to represent the faces of the dearly departed. Jerusha Bailey, who died in 1738, and Elizabeth Keith in 1758, both sport a death's head with crossed bones, a symbol of mortality. The cause of death for Mr. Timothy Forbes was stated on his stone, saying that he departed this earth after enduring a painful and lingering malady. When I came across the marker for Free Love Willis, I felt perhaps her name would have been better suited to the 1960s rather than the 1700s. 2 Revolutionary War soldiers are recognized in the old graveyard, namely that of John Ames, Captain 5th Company, 3rd Plymouth Regiment, a West Bridgewater native, and Sylvanus Ames, stated as hailing from Rhode Island, but who was baptized in Bridgewater and died in 1788 at Valley Forge. The plaque states that his burial site is unknown, but I am sure they placed the marker here in the Ames family plot in memoriam. The old graveyard is indeed a gem and is far out in the countryside on a back road. But I enjoyed this cemetery because of the carvings I found there that are not typically seen in such rural areas. Although many stones were illegible, quite a few were still in amazing shape, and it was still exciting to stand next to stones with such rich history. And quite frankly, if you were over 300 years old, you wouldn't be in too great a shape either. Fabulous cemetery or what? Okay?
Fabulous.
Super old. I knew you'd enjoy it.
Simply fabulous. So anyways, we got a comment in the chat room that we look like who?
Oh, you look like Gandalf from Lord of the Rings, I guess.
Really?
Or, I don't know. What was the comment? We're in the next Harry Potter movie.
We are?
Yeah.
Gandalf. Anyways, in that case, I better take some holy water.
Oh, God.
So anyways, we have a great show tonight.
Of course we do.
Of course, they're always good.
We always have a great show.
Absolutely. Anyways, we have a young lady who I've known for, I don't know, a long time. Seems like a long time. She is my favorite East Coast witch. Can I say that? I think so. Okay. My favorite East Coast witch. She is Kelly Spangler.
Hello.
Welcome to the show, Kelly.
Yay.
Thanks for having me. Really excited to be here.
Are you really?
Yes, I am.
Are you really?
I'm very excited. I even wore my special cape.
All right.
Really?
It's much
No,
nicer than
I
mine.
noticed you got. I know you got a special cape.
I
All right.
do. It's very special to
And
me.
you are a Salem witch. Did I mention that? Yes. And your website is kellyspangler.com.
I kept it simple, so you can remember.
It works.
Yeah.
So, you and I both know another Salem witch by the name of Christian Day, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I've known Christian God for it's been a long time. You know, it's like 12 years now.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. I mean, I could be wrong. I have that Anheuser disease, so I don't know. But I noticed that his cape has like all little doohickeys on it.
Yes, he had it special made. They're all magical charms that he had. He picked them himself, and then he had someone put them on the cape for him.
Ah.
And yeah, it's really nice. I'm jealous of it.
Do you know I actually ran into somebody who made his cape?
Really?
Oh.
Don't ask me the name because I can't remember
You know,
my
I
own.
can't remember it either.
So
It makes
it's
two of
such a
us.
small world. I mean, that's the crazy part about it. So, Kelly, you also live in Salem, correct?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you do cards at Omens?
Yep, Omen Psychic Parlor and Euthorium on Essex Street in Salem. I'm there every Wednesday, but in October, I live there. I'm there a lot, and so it's not hard to find me in October. But on the off days that I'm not there, I work for myself under kellyspangler.com. So I do phone readings, house parties, Skype, private one-on-one readings, at my house and stuff like that. So
Nice.
I love what I do.
So let's go into a little bit of that. I bet you were raised Catholic.
I was. Most of us were,
Was I
actually.
was psychic.
Most witches were Catholic. It's kind of got the same vibe to it. Like I remember when I was a little girl going to church, the one thing that I loved the most about it was the ritual part.
Ceremony.
The ceremony, the whole, he's up there with the, the blood of Christ in the bread, and I used to I get all excited, like, here it comes, because it's that whole being involved with that, it's inspiring, it's spiritual, and what we do as witches is basically the same thing. It's just in a different take, different words for different, but it all in all, it's kind of like the same thing, It's just,
Different.
saints, angels, we work with those as well.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
So when did you begin your journey as a witch?
my daughter, when she was just about a year old, I became involved in it. When I was a teenager, I dabbled, but that wasn't anything. It was just teenage stuff. But as I got older, I guess I'm 28, 29 years old.
I
I'm
thought you were
42
that
now.
now.
I'm 42.
Oh my God.
Witches have a secret.
You are young.
There
You
And we
you
keep
go.
ourselves young.
Fountain of
got
youth.
one of those paintings that grows old for
It's
you.
young, you keep young.
You got one of those paintings that grow old for you, right?
Yeah.
Dorian Gray, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been doing that, started solitary, came in Salem in 2004 with Leanne Morama. And, we met up with a couple of Salem witches, and I was like, this is cool. And they invited us to a ritual at the Lyceum.
Oh yeah.
Remember the Lyceum? Oh, what a
That was
magical
where I
place.
did the first spectral evidence was at the Lyceum.
Have you been? Did you get to go?
No.
Oh.
No, I haven't been there.
Now it's
I've heard
a
lot
legal
about
seafood or something kind
It's
of.
changed about 3 times.
Yeah. It's a seafood place now.
Whoever George sells it to, and
I know. But that's where I really first met Sean Christian, Sean Poirier, as you know, the king of Salem. He's one of the most magical people in Salem. And
Still there.
He's still there spiritually. He had passed away in 2007, if everybody's wondering. But his legacy lives. And we still, we do our job as psychics and as witches to keep his name alive in town. Most of us were under his regime, so to speak, so he would call us his witches. These are my witches, So that's how it all began, basically becoming into Salem.
but look at the bright side. At least on the Sean, you didn't have to change your name
No,
to Cabot.
no, didn't have to. Didn't have to do anything like that. But some Cabot witches, they're really nice people. There's a different type of witch, though. They're more Wiccan. They work on the Celtic side of things, where our tradition is the Salem tradition, which was Sean's creation. It's kind of more eclectic. We use a little bit more manipulation in our magic, and we can go from working with the voodoo, going over to Celtic, going to Roman, going into Greek, Germanic, Norse. So we just take it all, and whatever we want to work with out of that, we do.
We have a question from the chat.
Already?
I'm being frantically flagged down.
Really?
John would like to know if he uses magic for personal gain. Will it backfire in any way?
Ooh, I know where
Well,
this is going.
That's a good question, John. I don't believe in it backfiring unless you put it out there yourself. If you're if you're doing something positive, because to me magic is like prayer. If you pray to your God and you ask God to work with you on something, and you hope and you pray for it to happen, and most likely it will if you're really putting a positive out there. It's the same thing with working with magic. If you do it for your own personal gain, well, that's what witches do. We do it for our own personal gain and if we're working for someone else. I don't believe that it will backfire unless you put a negative spin on it and will it to not work right or doubt it in any way. That's the only way it would really backfire on you. Okay. If you're afraid, if you're going to put something out there like we're going to do today, a little something, if you want some more money and you put for your own personal gain, you know, give something in return to that magic.
Yeah,
You
kill
know,
a
don't
blind or
expect
something.
it to do
Sacrifice
all
a
the
blind.
work for you, basically. And that's how you kind of, you know, give back to the universe in a way. And it won't backfire.
Okay.
Only if you put your own personal negative spin on it is the only way. So remain positive when you're working with it. Know what you're doing. Don't just go out there and start making magic. You really need to know what you're doing. You know, as far as how you word things, it's very important. Because what you do say, the universe hears it. And they take that and they work with it, you know.
So what about the curse? If you curse someone for ill will?
Well, I wouldn't say I curse people. What I do is I give them back what they have given to someone else. Well, let's just say somebody had, I don't know, fired. Let's just say someone got me fired from my job for no reason at all.
Right.
You know, well, I would go home and I would say, well, you know, I go to my altar and I would just say, hey, you know, this person did something wrong. Now they're going to feel what it's like to have something wrong to them. I'm just kind of giving it back to them. You know, it's
So
almost
you're
like a
doing
karma.
what the universe would normally do anyway.
Right, but I'm giving it a little
A
shove.
little extra help.
Give it a little push.
little
It
push on, yeah.
happens a lot faster and it's more satisfying.
Okay, that's an interesting thing.
You know, but I don't really like
but once
cursing.
again, you got to know what you're doing, though, right?
You do,
Okay.
yeah.
How does one go about that? I'm sure there's a lot of people out there
Oh boy, now I'm scared.
who, not me in particular,
Yeah.
but I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are wondering, you know, I've really always wanted to get involved in this. How do I start? How do I begin?
How do you begin is simply you go to someone that is a witch, a pagan, or something like that, and get a little advice. My advice would be to start reading first. Don't believe everything you read either. That's the key. Like in any book, things have changed. People have different views. So you start off like with a beginner's book, Witchcraft for Beginners, you know, Idiot
Witchcraft for
Guide to
Dummies.
Witchcraft,
There we
Dummies
go.
books, just to get a gist of what our process is as a witch or as a a Wiccan, because they are separate. So I guess start out with the books and read and study, and you know, and take what you want out of that. You know, and as you go into this internet all over the place to get references to guide you in certain ways, because a path will guide you. Some people, like I like eclectic. I like a lot of different things. Some people would prefer, well, I really want to go the Celtic way and learn about the Celtic gods and work the way they used to do as in the old ways. You know, so reading, studying. I always suggest when you're practicing magic to wait until you really know what magic has in store for you, you know, and how to work it right.
So is there one practice that's more influencing you than others?
As far as, I'm sorry.
Or
I
you
don't
like the
understand.
Celtic magic you said
Oh,
versus
yes.
like voodoo
I am more
or whatever.
Greek-Roman.
Greek or Roman?
Greek or Roman.
Greek or Roman.
Greek or Roman. But they kind of, those two paths kind of fit me better than most. You know, I'm studying up on Norse. It's a little bit different, but again, it all turns out to be the same, like different names, you know, for certain deities, but they are all got the same, you know. So it's whatever you're connected to.
Okay.
So I would say Roman and Greek is more my tradition.
So what is the purpose of a coven?
Kind of to elevate the, you know, the energies and the magic that you're performing, and it's kind of like family. It's like a, you know, a group of friends hanging out. But you know, we celebrate our holidays together, and it's more fun to have a group of people to celebrate a holiday or to conduct any kind of ritualistic things, magic, because then you can raise the energy more. It gets out there, you know, a little further.
Right.
You know. I started out as solitary, which is by myself, and I preferred that for a very long time. And Sean was trying so hard to get me in the coven, and he's like, "You're gonna be part of my coven," and I was like, "Oh no, I like solitary because covens do have drama. You know?
Really? There's a surprise.
Everything.
There's
Everything has
everything
drama,
around.
doesn't it?
Just like
Exactly.
restaurants,
Drama.
you know, they have their cliques, there's drama. Everybody has their own drama. So that's one thing that I was kind of hesitant about, was getting involved with people's dramas and, you know, but here I am, you know, this is my, I would say my 10th full year, but my 11th October in Salem. And I've been working under, I was working under Sean since 2005 as his coven member. That's when I was initiated with Leanne and our coven brother Nathaniel. Now, so, but we're still in it. He may not be physically here, but we still work together at times.
That's the Raven Coven, right?
Raven Moon.
Raven Moon.
Yep. Raven Moon Coven.
And we have another question. Stephen Scott has asked, sorry, I just have to bend down and look at the teleprompter. Do you think witchcraft has been more positively viewed and accepted in recent years with the increase in publicity and awareness due to TV and social media?
I do,
Really?
because it has been more positive influence, because there's more. It's getting the word out. You know, it's not all evil. You know, so it kind of gives an idea of what we truly are. There are some things that are a little bit, you know, come on, silliness.
I mean,
You know, like, what are you showing that for? We don't do that. But it has.
but
It's
always,
brought more
I
awareness.
kind of, you know, the Hollywood's still spinning the witches, the
It's-
bad guy.
yeah.
We just had that, what, Hansel and Gretel, the witch killers there.
I know,
and,
yeah.
and then some
Well, like I
other
said,
ones
there
that-
are some things that
Yeah.
are in the negative, but there are certain things, like there's some reality shows, I really can't remember the one, that they did, and they had the witches and the vampires and all that, kind of give you an idea what people were. It's just giving more awareness, and people know that we're not all evil,
Right.
you know. I'd say we're more healers, more spiritualists, you know, people that want to help each other as a group and help those that are in need. You know, we really are there mostly for that, you know, and to better ourselves as people.
As Leanna says, that they're soccer mom witches.
Soccer mom witches.
I thought that was so funny.
That's funny.
Yeah, seriously.
I can't say I was a soccer mom, but yeah.
That's what Leanne told me one of the first
Yes.
times I met her.
Yep.
Yeah, soccer
Absolutely.
mom witch.
She was.
But anyway, so you still have the coven in there. You're still doing your readings and so forth.
Oh, yes.
So, do you still practice as a witch for other people? Now, for instance, I remember Christian at one time told me that the witches were like the godfather of the town. So if you had a problem, you went to the witch.
Yes.
So are you still in that same type of practice?
Yes. Yep, people come to me when they have, if they want spiritual guidance or if they want magic done for them, you know. So yeah, we are like the go-to, the doctor, the witch doctor.
Ooh, I like that.
You know, we are witch doctors. Yeah, so I mean, like right now, I'm working with two separate people for two serious things that are going on in their life to help bring more positive towards them, because they've been hit in the what do you call it, the black cloud, you know, and there's just
Was that Obamacare?
yeah. You know, it's all about that. Oh, God. But yeah, no, we do. People do come to us for help, and that's what we're there to do, you know. So, and I enjoy that. I like to make people feel good about themselves and to let them know that there is hope and that I can help them get there, you know.
It's almost like it's, I think sometimes when you're in a frame of mind and you feel like you've got that cloud over you, or you just, you know, you're down about something. And I think that it does make people feel better. Because I've had readings before. You did a fantastic reading for me at the last Spirit Quest that I attended. And, you know, I think that it makes you think about your situation and what can be and what might not be. You know, I mean, you know, when you give someone a reading, that's not, you know, that's a path.
Right.
Right?
Right. It's a path which I'm seeing. You at any time can change that path.
Right.
By doing the opposite of what I'm saying. You know, so it's like, you know, okay, this is what I'm seeing. Let's just say I see you heading to a new job. You have two options. You're going to take option 2. But then when you get there, you realize, well, maybe I should go with option 1. And then you're not happy. Should have took option 2. You know,
Right.
so you can change your path. if you don't listen. And not saying that we're always 100% correct, but we're 99.9%. You know, at least the people up where I work in Salem, Mass, you know, and we've all been there for several years doing it. So this is, you got to be careful. Again, it's kind of like working with magic. Just when you get your reading, don't let it eat you. Just go with life and say, well, I got a heads up. It's kind of like the weather.
Right.
It's going to rain, bring an umbrella. That's it. Bring an umbrella.
It's true. I mean, it's
You know,
almost
it's a
like
warning.
it's like being a little counselor.
Yeah.
I
Well, it
think
is in a way,
sometimes.
Well, it is. This is,
I really
it is
do.
counseling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Because a lot of times people come to me and they just want to vent. And then I
Right.
have to give them that guidance, you know, and sometimes it's just like a counselor guiding. It's not sitting there reading tarot cards for them. I'm giving them a positive influence and giving them direction, you know, in a spiritual way.
Well, the one thing that always irritated me is you know, people go to psychics and they go to test them at time, and that always
I've had that happen.
irritates the heck out of me. What is the purpose of that? Either, you know,
You know, a lot of them do that during October, I think just because their friends are like, when did you get a reading? I don't believe in it. Okay. Those are my favorites. Because I always get them at the end. And then, you know, like, whoa. You know, if someone's sitting at my desk and they immediately are crossing their arms,
yeah,
I'm
body
like,
language.
you're going to be a tough one, but I'm going to get through.
Right.
You know, and I was tested, and I'll give you an example. Remember, we had Festival of the Dead Psychic Fair in the mall before
Yeah.
we had the shops? While I was there, I think this was in 2006, and this lady sits down in front of me, and I'm reading her, and she hands me this ring, and she asked me if I could read her ring, and all this. It was her grandmother's ring. I picked the ring up, I held it, and I looked at her, and I got the most amazing vibe of a liar, of a complete, utter
Oh, so you actually
liar.
picked up that she was lying?
Yes.
Oh.
So I
Ooh.
said, could you please hold out your hand? And she did, and I put the hand, and I closed it, and I said, you need to leave my table because that is your ring that you just bought. It's not your grandmother's ring, and you're trying to test the psychic, and I don't play test the psychic
Yeah,
so
we
well.
don't play that
So go
game.
up and get your money and go somewhere else.
Wow.
So I did, because it was it's insulting.
It is.
It's like, okay, don't try and test me, like if you sit down. And I try not to ask questions. Only in the beginning I will say what's your name and your date of birth, and then I just go with it, just to get that vibration, that first kind of like a welcome, and then, you know, go for it. And some people will sit there and if I ask them a question, well, you should already know that. I'm not a mind reader, by the way. Not a mind reader. I don't know, you know. So that's, again, it's kind of like that test, you know.
Right.
I
And
mean,
then
that's
they get a
always
little
that
uncomfortable
kind
with me
of-
because I'm calling them out, and then it's an easier read. But
Oh,
it's like,
that's-
okay,
that's
now you
terrible.
can calm down now.
That's terrible that people would
It
do that.
is,
I
especially
mean,
if you're reading like 20 to 30 people in one day, you
Yeah.
know, and you get the select few.
Because, well, people are scared of it, basically. I mean, you look at, for instance, that how many times does that get posted? Psychic fair canceled due to unseen for.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Everybody loves that.
That's
you know,
funny.
It's funny.
That is funny.
But I mean, isn't that the way we like to kind of like give you a little jab because maybe we're afraid of the information you'll give
Yeah.
us, and maybe you are real. Maybe you really can help us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
am I
people-
poking you with my hat? Is that what it is?
no. No, it's the,
I feel
the
like
light's
vibrating
glaring
over-
off your seeing eye dog glasses. I don't know.
My CNI dog glasses. Jeez, there you go. Okay, whatever. I don't know.
John Lennon.
Anyways, but you actually are going to do a spell for us today, right?
Yes.
And I don't want to lose this. So maybe you think we should do it now, or you'd rather wait a little bit?
It's up to you when you want to do it. I'm ready to do it at any time.
Okay, so before we start right into it, and we bring out the flying monkeys to bring the table out, what is a spell exactly?
What is a spell? A spell is another word of saying prayer. It's kind of putting out the energy and a wish and a will for something to happen for you or for someone else. So instead of just sitting there and praying, I'm physically doing something. I'm going to write down what I want. I'm going to burn what I want to put in the air. It's more, that's why we call it magic. You know, magic, it's like smoke and mirrors, you know? So you have all the different tools that we use, we work with. Everything has a meaning. It's just more, it's more enhanced than just sitting there and sometimes I think a lot of people, when they pray, it's like a begging thing. When I do something of a prayer, I also am willing to work for that prayer, or that spell, you know.
Right.
And you'll see what I mean. Like, when I do the spell, I'm going to put out there for prosperity,
Right.
you know, for money, for growth. But at the same time, I'm going to work for that. You know, it comes to you in another form. It'll come to you and you'll get more hours at work, or you'll win on a scratch ticket, or, you know, suddenly, you know, somebody's like, hey, you know, here's an extra couple of bucks for your time. You know, that's how it comes.
So you use different tools when you do a spell, right?
Right. Different, I use incense, I use powders, you know, writing tools, you know. So, yeah, all
You use
different
the crystal
things.
ball
I don't use it in my magic.
Right.
I use that to read.
for your readings.
I
right?
can use that for reading, scrying into the crystal ball.
Right. I know that. I know that if you don't know what you're doing, that the crystal ball can hurt you.
Oh.
And Kelly's cat can attest to that.
Yes, it burned. It burned my cat.
Burned it.
Okay, so here's a funny story. I had the crystal ball in my altar room in the window, which was probably a bad idea since the sun rises on that side of the house. Because I have my altars facing east, because that's how I like my altar set. So I'm sitting there and I'm chatting with my friends online, and I'm like, what's that smell? Now, this was Aphrodite. Ron Jr. has her now.
Right.
Not because I burned her, but other reasons. Cat abuse. So I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I see smoke. And I'm like, what the heck? What the heck is burning? I go over and I look, and Aphrodite's smoking.
Oh,
And
my
she's just
God.
sitting there, and she's thinking the sun's giving her a little warmth.
I love the warm
She was
weather.
like, all the smoke was coming out of her fur. The crystal ball,
Oh,
the sun was
no.
coming through the ball and hitting on her fur and burning her up.
Oh my God.
It was almost catastrophic.
Oh, what a name.
A good one.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
poor
that was
kitty.
it was scary. I had to pat her
Oh.
out, and she's running, and she's still smoking through the house. I'm like, oh. I was like, oh, magical cat.
Throw away the
Do you
water
realize, Kelly, do you realize that if you had video of that, you would win the $10,000 or
I bet.
$100,000
Oh,
in
my
the
God,
world's
you know.
greatest videos there?
Now, I don't
God.
put my crystals or my crystal balls or discs, CD discs, don't put those near anything either. They reflect just
They
like, you know,
do?
when we were a little kid
Yeah.
with magnifying glass, and they'd burn the ants with it. That's what I did to my cat.
I love it. Who
Poor
says
Didie.
witches can't hurt you?
There you go.
So anyways, can we get the table out here, and we're going to try a
I'm
spell.
going to roll our magical table out
Okay, here we go. We've never done this in the show before. Look at that.
Perfect.
Okay,
Oh
so
my
this is a
gosh.
mini
Perfect.
version of.
Should be, we're gonna stand,
We're going
right?
to stand up.
Yes, we're going
yeah.
to stand.
Hopefully the camera
Just
will-
make sure I.
Oh, nice and slow so the
Everything.
camera catches it. Oh, look at that. It worked out so good. Wow.
Okay, so this is a mini altar, basically, of what I have at home.
Okay.
Okay, so what we have here is I have the candle. I use a lot of candle magic, and each color is for a certain thing. Gold and green to me for money. Gold because the old ways was always gold and, you know, silver and gold. And green for now money, you know, the money of today.
Oh,
So
that's
I-
what we want, right?
Yes. Well,
Sure.
but I want to represent that for the gods. So that's why I keep the gold for the money. And underneath the candle, I place actual money. I place a dollar bill, $10 bill, whatever I can spare at that moment to put in.
I'm digging.
Okay.
Come
I'm
on,
digging.
Ron.
So
I must have
and,
something in
and
my
I
pocket.
put quarters in each
think I hear
you know, in the four
Pocket lint.
It's
in
just
the-
about.
in equilateral cross.
There's
through
something there.
Here.
What is that?
What do you have? That's not money.
What is that? I don't know.
Toothpick? I
Toothpick?
don't know.
So basically, I light the candles, and I'll, you know, to start off the thing. But first, what I like to do is I put crystals. I have citrine here. Citrine attracts money.
Okay.
Okay. I have a scratch ticket. So
Okay.
that.
We have to stop now
Why?
Okay.
because.
Oh wait, he's gonna shake the. Watch out, the moths are gonna.
No,
fly
no,
out.
no. I've been saving this dollar bill like forever.
Oh wow.
It's
What's it
got
say?
some stupid writing on it in some language you can't read.
Oh, you're correct.
Right. And I've had this since I've found it. Okay. And I've never given it up because I always thought it gave me good luck. So
Yeah.
I'm going to give this to the whatever that thing is.
It's called the altar.
The altar.
The altar.
Yep.
Well, the money pot or whatever. So
Yeah, the money pot.
You pick
Yep,
it up, or
you can pick it up and put it so
Crosswise,
it's
yeah,
crosswise. So
yeah.
it's an equilateral cross.
You're right.
Like
is
that.
right?
Yep, just
Do I
like
have to
that.
put the quarters on top of it?
No, no.
Okay.
Oh yes, actually underneath those.
Yeah, I'll do that. See how good I am.
Don't mess it up, Ron.
Yeah, don't mess
What
up
do
the
you-
project.
How am I messing it up? I'm doing this very
We're going to
good.
reverse the spell. We're going to lose our money.
Everybody's
Right?
going to be rich and be calling Kelly up and saying, "Can I do more?"
So basically, what I put the money there for
So I
is
lost my dollar, in other words.
well, you can get it back at the end.
Really?
It'll be
Would it be
energized.
what the? That wouldn't hurt.
No, no, you're just kind of projecting that, and you're going to put it in your
worried-
wallet,
I was worried
which
about
is going to
that.
make your wallet grow.
Ooh.
See, so it's all in what you put out there.
So I'm
it's
going to have
very
mushrooms
simple.
in it.
That could be a fun time. Okay.
That's another show.
Yeah, that's a whole nother ballpark. Okay, so what I have here is nutmeg. And why nutmeg? Because that is something, first it's nice and it's sweet, and the gods love it. And it's also attracts money. Okay, so I like to sprinkle that on, you know, if I have clients coming, I'll sprinkle it around. Makes for good tips.
Well,
know?
you mentioned the lottery ticket, and I kind of interrupted you when
yeah,
you
yeah.
said that.
Yeah, so I have a
what's the
lottery
purpose?
ticket.
Is it unscratched or
No, it's scratch. It's $1.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's a winning lottery.
It's a
ticket.
winning lottery ticket.
A winning lottery ticket.
Not one
All right.
that's, you know, you don't want to put a losing one
We could
on
do
there.
that with our Keno tickets.
Yeah, so I put the
whole pile
citrine on
there.
top of that because I want this to multiply and multiply and multiply so that the next time I get a scratch ticket, it's bigger and bigger. Now, when I did this spell, a few weeks ago, and my spells usually go anywhere from 24 to 48 hours for any kind of action to come out of it. And within 24 hours, I won big on a scratch. Not huge, but I wanted, you know, a good amount of money on a scratch ticket.
Nice.
I got tons of phone calls for readings. I ended up, you know, conjuring up a good amount of money in a short period of time. So it does work. It's all an intention, okay? So, and then we have money oil.
Money oil.
Money oil.
There's
okay?
such a thing?
There is. It's this one is from Crowhaven. Hex and Omen have their own blend as well. And so
I won't even ask.
yeah. It smells nice. You want to smell it?
Where's my nose? Oh, it does smell nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. And what I do is
so-
before
Yeah,
I
it's nice.
before
Yeah.
I do anything, even like normally I'll do a whole circle. You know, with this, it's called the besom, which is the broom, cleansing the space. I do it 3 times, and I do it clockwise. So what I'll do, I'd go around the whole room, but you know, we can't do that. So if I go around, and I kind of cleanse the space of any negative energy and unwanted positive and negative energies to keep my space clean from anything kind of coming in and harming.
I feel better already.
And then, see, it's fast.
Yeah.
I do.
It's very, very
Better
fast.
already.
Then we have the thought.
Whoa. Wait a minute.
Back up. I am a
Be
city
nice
girl.
to Kelly.
I get the
I'm a city
point.
girl. I am from Boston area, you know. All right, so anyway, this is what we call the athame. And some people also use swords. And what we do is we cast a circle with it to keep the sacred space. You know, so I would walk 3 circles around, and I would state, round and round the circle is bound, without light, without sound, where time has no time and space has no space, protect us within our sacred place. And then I would call the quarters. I'd call to the east, I call elemental air. To the west, I call elemental water. To the north, I call elemental earth. And to the south, I call elemental fire. And then I point up to the universe and ask that the gods and goddesses, family, friends, ancestors come and join me within my magic and to protect us from any evil, so mote it be. And then I tap 3 times, and I am ready. It's a little bit more involved, but but that's the basic gist of what we do. Now, I take my oil, and I take a little bit on the rim, and as I'm doing this, I'm concentrating on what I want to come out of this candle. And what I want is for the flame to bring passion and to also influence the magic of bringing in prosperity. Okay, so, and I'll do it to the green one as well, but I'll just put it on the outside rim. And I do that 3 times as well. I didn't mention the sage. The sage is used also to kind of cleanse your space. You know, usually there's, you know, me and Andrew, you know, and he'll go around with the broom, go around with the sage, and you know, we get the whole thing. And it kind of keeps, as you know, as paranormal investigators, you've probably seen as well, many people going in, cleansing your house, keeping away anything evil. The sage really does work well. And so I like to do that during my rituals, and just if somebody negative comes in the house or anything, you just blow your sage, get rid of it. And then we have our little cauldron, and what I have in there is a little coal, okay, that it kind of, you know, to burn things on. I'll put a little bit of the nutmeg in there and in here. This is, and I'm going to light this now if you don't mind. This is.
We can do this, right?
Can we?
It should be fine as long as there's not a lot of smoke.
Okay, so I'm going to only pretend I'm lighting it.
You can light it. You can light it.
I think
can
it
light
would
it.
be okay.
I'm just nervous because we don't want to
Yeah.
get rained on.
Yeah.
That's all right.
All
We
right,
don't
so
want to be rained on.
if it gets big, we can put it
Okay.
out.
Yeah.
But this is a money incense stick, blended for money. You know.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. No, it's good.
Making me nervous.
So yeah, exactly. So I mean, to get the gist, we like the essence of smells.
Oh, I like that smell.
You know, so the essence of magic and the essence of money, it has that smell of prosperity and growth, and that's why
does.
we have this. But we're going to douse it just in case.
Okay.
Oh.
But we have the idea. See, I'm burning your tablecloth.
Okay. That's all right.
All right, so now let's get to the gist of it. Now I'm going to raise my candle here, and
You can light that.
That
I
should be
can
fine.
like this, right?
Yeah.
And as you see, I have my pentagram on here. And if those that don't understand the pentagram, it is the elements. It's water, fire, earth, air, and then spirit. The circle around the pentagram, that is the circle of life. It's protection. It's protection around your, all of you and all of your universe.
Can you
So,
just hold that for 1 second
Yeah.
so they can see it? Oh, a little bit.
Yep.
Perfect.
Nice shot. Thank you, guys.
Oh, very good job.
Yeah.
Nice job, crew.
Nice camera work.
thank you. I know, that was how I'm like, which way does it go?
And I'm glad you explained that because so many people go,
Yeah.
ooh, pentagram
Well,
is bad.
well, that's the
it's
thing.
awful."
That's one of the Hollywood
Yeah.
flaws.
Yeah.
Is that pentagrams, and then you have the inverted, and that's not evil either. That's more of a higher power. It's more male energy. This is more female energy. You know, the inverted and inverted. Mm-hmm.
Do you know Christian gave me like a wind, what do you call those wind things?
A dream catcher?
Dream catcher. And it had a pentagrams in it that he had for originally when Hex opened up. And he had one that was upside down, and he gave it to me. So
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was
It's not-
cursing
no,
me or what.
No, that's more of a male empowerment. It is a male
I
energy.
feel so manly
Oh,
now.
he's empowered.
Now, we have the candle is lit here, and what I want you to notice is if you look in the flame, I don't know if you can see that on the television or anything, but you'll notice there's the blue on the bottom, okay? And as the flame rises, there's almost like a doorway, it kind of like an arch, and you see that there's the yellow part of the flame. The dark part of the flame that's arched is the gateway to the other side. It is the spirit world. And so what I do is I sit there and I concentrate into this flame. And what I'm concentrating is on my prosperity and my growth, to bring in more money, to help me in what I need help with, more payments from, you know, for bills, extra money for a good vacation, you know, prosperity to bring in, you know, more. Some people need more food in their house. You know, concentrate on that right into the middle of the flame where it's dark. And I prefer to do that. Normally I like to do 5 minutes of meditation, and all I'm doing is holding it and staring right in the middle of it and projecting all that I want. But again, you got to be careful on how you say it. You know, what you want, because you careful, because you always get what you want when you do something like this. Okay? Oh yeah.
Okay.
So just be careful.
All right.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the nutmeg out. Okay? And the nutmeg is the essence, like I said, of sweetness. It gives a little bit of
Sort of like Anne.
yeah. She's sweet. It does. It helps you. It helps the you know,
Wow.
the smell of the candle as well. You know, you can smell it once it gets burning into the flame, and I like to put it right in the middle of it, and then as it melts, you can still smell it. It's almost like fall. It's delicious. You know, makes you want pies and stuff, which isn't good for you. But, you know, but we can do that. Now we have 3 pieces of paper because I'm going to have you guys do something.
Uh-oh.
Bet you didn't expect that. Okay, so there's 3 pieces of paper. Usually it's bigger and it's usually parchment, but I forgot my paper. I was in a hurry.
So it's Demolus bag.
Yeah, no, actually, it's one of the shop bags that I had in my car. So what you put on here is your intentions. You can put as many things as you want. You can put one thing,
Not
2
on that
things,
piece of paper.
or you can draw. I know this is why it's just such a wise guy. You can put symbols as well. You know, why do you need prosperity? Do you need growth of encouragement? Do you need, because it's also growth of encouragement or anything personal gain, you know, because because prosperity, that's what it is. You're prosperous on something. You want to do well on that test, you can use this too for that, you know. But you write down something like I don't know, you don't have to tell what it is either.
No.
You know.
So it's like a birthday wish.
Yes. So I do put the money symbols in. If my pen worked, that'd be great.
Make sure you do that. Oh, this could be a short show.
So, no. So what you do is, you'll be able to know what you're writing. Okay. But normally the pen writes. Oh, went on. Bad hit. So we'll just
It was
say.
that 666 I found in my.
Yeah, it's all your fault.
I blame me.
So I'll just write this
Can
because
we
this
get
is.
one of
this
our
is-
guys to go get us a pen from Ann's office?
Well, you can still kind of see what you're writing. It's all intention again.
Yeah, intention,
but
right.
but it's
Hey,
there.
look, we're only going to do this once in a while, so we want to get the maximum.
Right, you want a
intentional
pen,
out
so
of
if you
this.
have a pen-
we want the deal.
Our director is bringing us, whoa, a pen.
You
There
actually
you go.
caught it? Wow.
caught it.
So what you do is, like I was doing,
Thank you, Mr. Director,
Thank
sir.
you.
it's middle of the month. You need some more things paid off.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say what I'm writing. I'm going to ask for a little prosperity to pay off the bills, and maybe it's the paper.
So you don't ask for specific things, right?
No, well, my bills and all of them would be great.
Oh, yes.
So I'm just going to throw them all out there as a bundle.
Okay.
All right.
And maybe some extra money for some more clothes.
Wow.
So that's what I'm going to do.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ann.
Oh, okay.
I want to make sure you get yours in.
Oh, let's see.
Now
We're
remember
running out of
what
time.
you're asking for. You
You're going to get, so be careful. So Ann's writing on paper, by the way, because this is radio.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm writing on paper. I would like money to pay for my daughter's college.
You don't want much, do you?
Okay. All right, here you go.
My turn?
Yeah.
Okay,
here
can
you
I put
go,
down world peace?
Van Helsing. Well, whatever.
Oh, everybody's.
Oh,
this
good
is a
luck.
is this a money thing?
He's
So it's got to be a
falling
money.
Yeah, it
Get
can
up.
be like I said. We're actually doing it for money.
All right. So first thing I do is attempt to write, which is not easy for an old man like me.
With those dark glasses
I
on.
put that. Yeah, I can't even see when I write.
It's going to be hard enough to get you up off the floor again. So,
Help! I fall down. I can't get up.
yeah.
He's melting.
All right. So I'm asking money for what do I want money for? I'll do this for Jana. I want money for a new house.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
That's a good
We're
one.
gonna leave the love shack.
I'm going to leave the Love Shack. It can be your summer place.
I can give it to Ron Jr. Curse him.
Oh,
So money for a house and money for new teeth.
hey, that's a good idea. I should have wrote that for myself.
She went through that
could use
cancer
a
and she,
partial.
she's got no teeth. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so we did this wonderful thing, and I wrote all good stuff.
Absolutely.
I
Okay,
wasn't-
so now what we're doing here is we're going to put it in the air.
Oh, you rolled it.
Oh, yeah. That's
we gotta
what
roll
I'm
it
gonna
up?
do.
Ooh,
You
we got to
roll it
roll.
up
Do
so
we
that
smoke
it's-
it too?
If
no
you'd like.
smoking.
No smoking. So
Yeah.
you roll it up so it's easy, not
We're
too tight
running,
though.
We're getting down on time.
Yeah. we're
Okay,
doing
so
good,
this
we're
is
doing
the
good.
end.
Mind.
This is the end.
Oh, we have a question
right.
too.
Well, let's do the spell. And then
Yeah,
we'll-
let's do
if
the
we
spell.
have time, we'll do the
So what we
question.
do is we already did, we concentrated, we put in our things, we have the candles lit
Yeah.
and all that. And I should have lit this one as well.
I was going
so
to
what
ask
I'm
you that,
doing,
but far be to tell you your job.
well, I was confused.
You would.
Yeah, most people are confused around
So,
me.
so here we go. Yeah.
Who are you
so
waving at?
So you're gonna burn it, and we're gonna wave the smoke away. But when you're done, you want to drop it in there, and
Let it do its thing.
let it do its thing. You want it to burn completely out.
Let it to burn
That's a
completely
good
out.
sign. When it
Uh-huh.
burns completely out,
Okay.
that means your intentions were true,
Okay.
and that it shall be put in the universe. Now remember, it's not going to come,
Okay.
all at once, but you're going to start
Start
picking
feeling
it.
it.
It's going to
Okay.
start coming to you in
Awesome.
different forms.
Should I light it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't burn yourself, Ann, please. I don't want to stomp on your
All right,
hand.
so now I'm just going to put it in the pot?
Yep, put it in the pot.
We're seeing if it goes out or not. Uh-oh.
Burn, baby, burn. Burn, baby, burn.
Just go
You just
infernal?
put it out.
Uh-oh, we're getting all kinds
But
of
that,
stuff. But,
yeah,
all right,
Oh, well.
it's still her good intentions are there, so that's good.
right.
Oh,
This-
okay.
This is my good intention, so. Yo, Jan got no teeth.
Yay.
No, that's not true. No, wait a minute. Jan does have teeth, everyone. She went through radiation, so she does need some work. That's all that was about.
Okay,
All right.
so all our intentions are in there.
I dropped mine in the pot wrong. It was
you
the
burned it.
angle. It's all about the angle.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
So you burned it in the flame,
Okay.
okay?
Yep.
To kind of, to put it out there. The smoke is rising. It's putting it in the universe, and it's all in your goodwill.
Yep.
And I didn't mention the tarot cards. I use tarot cards too for prosperity. This is the Ace of Coins. It's kind of like the best one, I think. It's kind of brings in all the money as well. So that's basically what you do. And now you just kind of, keep a positive thought about it, and don't really talk about it. Just keep it to yourself and
The universe will feed it, yes.
yeah, you just feed it to yourself,
Okay.
and that would be it.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So I know we're running out of time, so I'm just going
You have to need blood now, or?
close.
Is that what it is?
I'm going to open the circle and thank all the gods and goddesses and the elements for showing up and clear out all the energies so that they are dispersed correctly. And so this is, and so it is said, and so it is done, so mote it be.
Yep. So we're not going to sit down since we're standing up here. We're going to stand
All
up,
right.
if that's okay with you
Yeah,
guys.
that's fine.
We've still
All
got
right,
a
because
little bit of time.
we have a question, so we'd like to get to
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Great.
Stephen Scott would like to know, does Kelly usually find that many people expect magic to work but miss the signs and effects?
Yes, that does happen.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yes, that happens a lot. They're like, okay, so there's, their magic is working. They're not paying attention to what's going on. Like, let's say we just did this money spell and you asked for college funds, right? And then you got an opportunity to take an advance in a job. They want you to do a higher position, but you don't have the time for that kind of position. You just gave up on some money.
Uh-huh.
See? So
Okay.
you want to take any chance that comes your way for what particular thing you're looking for. I love magic. If someone's going out on with their friends and somebody's checking them out and they're just like, I don't know. They're all shy. They just gave up that opportunity in which they were working for. So yeah, you can miss it. You have to pay attention because it comes mundanely. It doesn't just there it is.
Right.
It just
It doesn't drop in your lap.
right. Exactly.
Like anything.
Right.
Like anything. You have to work for
Absolutely.
it.
You
Okay.
have to work for it. Nothing is free.
This is true.
That's the plan.
Okay, so any more questions? No. All right,
don't
time-wise, we're okay. All right, so I actually have a spell.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh,
So,
the spell.
no, it's one that someone had taught me, and it's not as intricate like yours. It's really simple. It's a simple thing to do.
Okay.
But like if somebody's really annoying you at work, I'm not mentioning names. You take their name and you write it on a piece of paper, right?
Okay.
All right, and then you get a jar and fill it with distilled water or spring water, and you put the name with the paper in it, the paper with the name in it, in the
Okay.
bottom of the jar. Fill the water up in the jar, then cover it, put it in the freezer.
Okay.
See, we get more intricate with that one.
Oh, you do?
We use urine.
Oh.
You're kidding me. That's almost like a witch jar, though.
We pee in it. Then you put the name, sometimes the photo of the person, then we freeze it.
Wow.
So that's a deluxe model. Oh,
Yeah.
you can do the
But yeah, that's the kind of lighter version of it.
lighter version. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
In Helsing,
But
this
yeah,
hat is making me itchy.
either way it'll work, but it's just more.
what are you saying? I have cooties in my
You have
hat?
cooties.
Get out of here. There's no thing in it. I paid $5 for that. Give me a break. Anyway,
Anyways, yes. Okay.
so that's my little spell.
So the effect of that spell is you've kind of,
Created.
drowned that person, or
No.
what was that?
What you've done is you've taken her away from
Oh, boy,
from you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can put
You
it.
never
take it off.
wish anybody harm. You just give them a better place to go, but
Yeah.
far away from you.
Yeah. Like the icebox.
That's what you do.
Okay.
That's the difference between someone saying, "Oh, can you curse us?" No. Well, what I can do is I can get them away from you. You know, but I'm not going to send them harm.
Wow. Okay.
You know, like this person's bothering me, and I really wish they'd move. Well, I can do that.
I'm gonna go and get my jar then.
But if they're like,
Okay.
I really don't like this person,
Oh,
you know,
I'm
can you
going, I
curse them?
guess.
I'm not going to curse them.
Looks like I'm going.
Oh, Ron, I would never do that to you. I'm sorry.
So, anyways, there's different types of witchcraft too, and magic. I mean, there are a lot of books out there. I mean,
Tons
all
of
kinds of
books.
spell books, right? Everyday spells, steampunk spells.
Steampunk spells. You and your
spells.
steampunk.
I
You
do.
love
I have
that,
the book
huh?
at home. Steampunk
That is so
spells.
funny.
You know what my son bought me just recently?
What's that?
Steampunk tarot cards.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have brought them in.
I'm bringing them to Spirit Quest. Oh,
different.
speaking about
nice.
Spirit Quest, I mean, you guys are both going to be at Spirit Quest. You'll
Yes.
be doing readings
Yep,
there,
I'll be doing the readings.
and you'll be doing Henya.
Henna.
Yeah,
Henna.
Yeah.
Not Henya.
Henya.
Henna.
Right. And you know, I'm thinking now that I'm thinking of the Cabot and how she makes everybody change their names. Maybe I should have all my girls change their names. So Anne Van Helsing.
Your girls.
My girls.
Your
My girls.
girls.
My
Girls.
All the ones associated. Hey,
Good luck with that.
let me fantasize.
Good
all right?
luck
Will
with
you?
that.
Jeez, give me a break.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, I don't either.
So,
Trust me, one woman is enough.
Yeah. Ditto on
I don't,
that thing.
whatever. If it was a male world, it'd be so much peaceful. There wouldn't be all this drama.
Okay.
I'm just
All right.
saying.
Yeah. Whatever you say.
You go on Facebook, you don't see men having drama, do you?
Yes.
Yes.
Actually.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Seriously?
Serious.
Okay. Evidently, I'm running with the wrong
We
guys.
digress. We digress.
Oh, yeah, on
All
the
right?
show, right, spells.
Back to the
Cassie.
show. Back
Right.
to the show.
Right. Well,
So,
Kelly, you want to thank us? So, I mean, how do you like blow out the flames and
I'm
it's all
glad
going?
you said that because I was thinking that in my head. I just want, what I do is I let it sit for a while if I'm going to be home. Of course,
Yeah.
if you're going to go out, do douse it, don't blow it. You know, you have to suffocate it a little bit.
Okay.
But,
woman.
But I don't, I keep it there until at least I see signs of my prosperity coming,
okay.
you know, so.
Wait a minute, you keep it lit until you...
No, I keep the altar together. Like I will do this on a separate altar by itself, not my main altar.
Oh, so this
know.
is just a special spell thingy.
Right. Yeah, so I would leave it there until I seen something come out of it.
Would you
Like-
light the candle every week, every
I light it
day,
as
or-
much as I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
As much as I can and leave it lit, as long as it's in a safe place, you know, that cats can't get to it, or animals or kids. And don't leave it unattended,
Right.
Right.
you know, and when
That's
you're going
right.
to bed,
Please don't burn your house down.
yeah,
Right.
please
Right.
don't.
Yeah.
But what I would do is I would, you know, normally I would do that, but I won't do that.
Wouldn't that hurt?
Well, yeah. Well, I forgot my dowsing thing, so. Yeah. We can do this. Yeah, we'll just kind of
There you go.
put it out. Put it.
Okay.
There we go.
Perfect.
Now I'll put that there so it doesn't
Perfect,
get on there. So basically that's,
For the
you know.
water detectors
was
go up, whatever it is.
We do have to.
It's like birthday
Wrap it
candles.
up.
We do have to wrap it up.
Kelly, I want to thank
So,
you so much for
thank
joining
you.
us.
Well,
Thank you for
That was
having
so
me.
much fun. It
I
was
had,
fun,
I
wasn't
had a
it?
blast.
We did too. It really did. And I really look forward
it.
to Jan having new teeth.
And paying for Alex's
She's going to
college.
kill me, you know that,
There
don't you?
you go. Yeah.
When she
she
hears
should.
this, yeah.
As well, she should.
Yeah, well.
So, thank you for watching, everybody, and we will see you next month in September
Which will be
for
our anniversary
our
show.
1-year anniversary show.
Nice.
We're going to have a special thing
Can't
for it
believe
too,
it.
right?
So, yes,
Right.
a special thing.
Special.
We don't know what it is
thing.
yet, but it's going to be special.
Little special.
Cake
So-
and ice cream.
I doubt that. All right, I guess so.
So thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, Kelly, for
Thank
being
you
our
again for
fabulous
having
guest.
me.
Yeah.
And thanks,
coming all
Ron,
this
for
way.
these swell hats.
Yeah, that itch.
And our lovely capes.
All right. So, good night, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
From goalies to ghosties, long-leggedy beasties, and things that go bump in the night. Deliver us, good Lord.